Do you ever look at this world of technology unfolding before our eyes at a very rapid rate, by the way, and say to yourself, dang, I wish I would have learned about this stuff sooner? Traditional jobs are being replaced by these technologies. They really are. It's happening every day and it's happening fast, a lot faster than I thought. It's kind of scary in a way. Even the people in the so called white collar jobs are worried their jobs are going to go away. And yet we'll do the calculation in our heads and say, no, my job is safe. A robot isn't going to replace my job. Or maybe you work in government, or you're a plumber, or an electrician, or a welder, and you think, I'll be safe here. I hate to break it to you, but every sector of society is going to be affected by the fourth industrial revolution. It's not that AI will replace humans, it's that humans with AI will replace humans without AI. So, in one way or another, you're going to want to learn something about this. It's the beginning of the fourth industrial revolution, and I've been involved in this field for close to 50 years, if you consider that I first put my hands on a computer in the winter of 1973. Now I'm worried that a ton of people are going to be left behind if we don't learn and share this knowledge with each other. And that's where I come in. The challenge I'm faced with is that over this past 50 years dabbling in these things, I didn't really focus any energy on the social skills. I mean, I'm personable and all that, but I've never been much of a mingler. The people I've become friends with have generally been people who have invited me into their lives, and it all seems so effortless for them. Somebody would say, hey, Paul, can you help me with this? And I would say, sure, but I never really asked people to help me. I always thought nobody really wants to help me with anything. But every time I did ask, people said yes. You see, I've learned that people like to be involved with something. And if you never ask people to be involved in something, they sometimes think you're just not interested in what they have to bring to the table. I can know this, but still not ask anybody to be involved. I mean, really pick up the phone and talk to them. Walk over to where they're standing and say, hey, how you doing? And instead of them saying, fine, how are you doing? And then I say, I'm good. And then that's it. If you want to have people in your life, you have to actually build the relationship. And I haven't done much of that unless they're the ones doing the asking. That's why I was sitting there on Saturday afternoon for my Let's Do AI Things group Zoom call, and nobody's on the call except me. And so now I'm asking for your help. Because although I'm really trying to be a social butterfly, I may never be, but I am really good with this techie stuff. And I share what I know on these free group Zoom calls I have. Do you know what happens when I look at the contacts in my phone and I think, I should call somebody and say hi? And right away, I'm like, oh my God, I can't do that. And there's people out there that would say, yes, you can. And I'm over here saying, no, I really can't. It's like me telling you that you can write software and solve complex technical issues. And you say, no, I really can't. But I say you can. But the skill needs to be developed, or you have to find someone with the skills you haven't developed and have them do it for you. So we're really in the same boat. It's hilarious when you think about it. So if you're someone sitting there alone, looking at their computer screen saying, why doesn't this damn thing work? Then I'm the guy you want to come to for help because I'm an expert at this stuff. And because I've spent the last few years diving into this mindset stuff, I've also begun to come out of my shell and I'm learning to develop social skills needed to function in society effectively. Better late than never. But I don't pick up the phone and say, hey. And that's why nobody was on the call with me on Saturday afternoon. It comes down to one simple question. Am I willing to learn how to pick up the phone and talk with people? Am I willing to develop my social skills so I can help people that don't have these techie skills navigate this rapidly advancing technological tsunami? And the answer is I am. And it scares the hell out of me to pick up that phone and talk to people. Yikes. And those of you who are good with social skills know what that means. It means I'm likely going to go out of business unless I start doing that. or get someone else to help me get people on these free calls so I can share with them this valuable knowledge I have on these subjects of web technologies and AI. I did make the effort, though, by sending out over 400 invitations to come to these calls to the people I'm connected to on LinkedIn. That's a great start, but it's not enough. In order to develop the social skills to function effectively in society, I have to change my behavior. And in order to change my behavior, I have to change what I'm thinking about. It's as simple as that. I have to develop the belief in myself that a phone call from me to you is something you welcome and nothing for me to be afraid of. It's exactly the same thing with you today, thinking that learning something about web technologies and AI is too hard, or that you're going to feel like an idiot, or that you can't do it, or that it's too hard, you're too old, or you're just not interested. It's not too hard. It's just your thinking that makes it so. And if you're simply not interested, that's okay. But trust me, you're going to be needing to learn about some of these things because you've got an idea in your head that isn't going to be realized unless you add a bit of techie stuff to the mix. You can change the world with that idea, and I want to help you do it. So here's what I'm going to do. Today and every day at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will host one of these free Let's Do AI Things group Zoom calls. And I want you to register for the call. And on that call, I'm going to give you a link so that you can get a free website that you're going to use to learn about some of the things I'm an expert at. In the meantime, I'm going to continue working on my social skills, and you may even get a call from me, a real phone call. If you haven't heard from me in the past, now you know why. As I was working through those 400 people that I'm connected to on LinkedIn, it was like going down memory lane. I remembered meeting each person I sent a message to, but I wasn't really ready to pick up the phone and call them. Not yet. This may be the case for you too. You may not be ready to dip your toe into the world of technology, but don't worry, I don't bite, and I've got a wealth of knowledge to share with you, and I hope to see you on the call. The link is in the description. By the way, the calls are not recorded, and no question is too stupid, and maybe you're like me, and you're afraid to show your face. That's okay. I invite you to get that thought out of your mind. I'm here to help you succeed, and in the process, I will succeed too. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you on the call.